I have made a massive mistake last year, October. Even though I called the top perfectly, the problem was that I got into my short position and didn't hold long enough. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you very shortly what happened and why I'm not committing the same mistake and how I believe we can make an amazing amount of money in the next 2 to 3 months, okay? So very important. This is, if you've been here on the channel, you know this. This is November, right? I called the top perfectly because of this market structure shift, daily close below, right here after the wick. There's a retrace, and then there's a clear dump down here with a 4-hour OB, right? Order block. I see this happening, so what I do is the following. I pull, as always, I pull the 50%, and I say we gotta come back 50, and I am going to short. And that is exactly what I'm doing. This is a 15-minute market structure shift here. On a retrace to this higher time frame order block, I shorted here. Again, if you have been watching the channel, then you remember this. I shorted here, stop loss was here, and what I did was I closed here. I closed around here, around 98,000, around here, right? Yes, it was a great move, got a 14% move, but the problem is that I missed out on all this while there was no confirmation for a reversal. Now, the reason why I'm giving you this now is because I posted this on X and I got a lot of hate and this and that, but this is literally it. It's literally it now. It is the easy part here and out. Everybody's like getting chopped up, whatever. We didn't know when the market top was going to be in. We didn't know when it's coming. Now we have confirmation. There is an 80% probability that this is going to play out. Yes, there is a 20%, whatever happens, but there's an 80% probability this will play out. Gotta just short or sell. I'm gonna give you the levels that I already took if you have not been here. Come back in August, September, buy Bitcoin sub 60,000, possibly sub 50,000, and ride it all the way up. It's that simple. And the reason why I say that, and I got a lot of people saying like, oh yeah, it's not that simple to execute, blah, blah, blah. It is not that simple. It is not. Because I told you, I had the perfect entry up here, and then I just listened to the noise, and listened to all the idiots, and then I closed my position, right? Now I'm not making the same mistake again. There is a very clear daily market structure shift. Not only a VIX, I actually told you this on the video here. I said that I have not seen this Bitcoin pattern since the October top. If you haven't seen that, we're gonna put it up, watch it. But ultimately, the idea is the same. There is a wick and there is a close. From here on out, Bitcoin is 80% probability going to sub 60,000. It is just going to happen. So all I'm gonna do is hold on to my short position. I posted this in the Telegram group. I told you here, but I'm gonna tell you again. My entry is up here at around 74,781-ish, right? We had all the retrace. I entered up here as well with some of the accounts. I'm running these prop firm accounts, some of them. But the most important thing here is the biggest mistake you can make is to try to outsmart the market. I see people saying like, oh, I'm gonna close, I'm gonna this, I'm gonna get back in higher, I'm waiting for the bounce on the weekend. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. It doesn't matter. What matters is that this is not the time to jump in and out of trades and scalp and try to catch the long and then wait for the shift and then, no. It's the time to get into the position and don't do anything for the next 2 months. That's what time it is. And it also coincides perfectly with selling May go away. If you look back on Mays, you can just go back and look, I'm not gonna do it. But if you look back on Mays, very rarely we had a higher close back in September than not. Very rarely. Even if we did, look at this for example here. So now if you look at this is May here, right? So we would be up about 12%. Fine. But that's rarely the case. If you look back previously, here, May top, there was 30% down by September. You can look back here, August, September, June, April, May. May here, by June, there was a 17% drop. So again, if you look back, rarely do we have a bullish May to August, okay? So coinciding with a daily close below that is very identical to the one in October, with a very beautiful market structure on the 4-hour chart, with economic uncertainty and macro uncertainty happening around the United States, and it is in May, I mean, you know, you don't have to outsmart the market. All I wanted to give you in this daily update. By the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is 𝗏𝗏. I do these updates every single day. You can just come here and watch these 5 to 10 minute updates, how I trade. I give you my entries. There is a Telegram channel where I post my thoughts. It's free. And then I give you the trades there as well if you just look back on all the thoughts and everything that's actually happening. Link in the description. But ultimately, the reason why I wanted to open up your mind here is you don't have to outsmart the market now. Okay, there's a lot of times when I say go down into the 5-minute chart, we're scalping, it's chopping, whatnot. This is not the time. Not the time. Get into the position, and it's gonna be very freaking boring for the next 2 months. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just keeping my position, and I'm gonna add to it on every single bounce. Okay. So ultimately, if you have not gotten into a position yet, it's still not bad. I mean, there is like a 7% stop loss up here to 78,500, which is my stop loss. But once we start going lower, just keep the position. Just keep the position and add to it every single level. Just keep the position and add to it every single level. Okay, if you don't know what this is and why this is relevant and all that, I actually dropped the video here yesterday, the time frame lesson every trader needs. We're gonna put it up here. I think you should watch that. It explains to you how time frames really work to your favor when used correctly, and that is exactly what you see here as well. I mean, if you look at the daily, it might seem like if I look at the hourly, I might go, okay, this is London liquidation, we might pump here. I don't care. I don't care. Because I look at the daily chart and I go, does that even make any sense to worry about? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's simple. And now that we're going lower and lower, what you see is that even the 50% retrace, I think what's going to happen is that we're going to come down to the 70,000-ish region, have a psychological bounce at 70, but already the 50% level is up here in this order block, meaning we don't have to close above this daily high to get above there. And therefore, it's just simply going to be a big psyop. I'm gonna come back to about 75,000. We're gonna add to the position, and then just go lower. It's simple. It's simple, guys. Do not try to outsmart the market. It's very important. Don't outsmart the market. Okay, don't try to. Get into a position and ride it. Now, about the 20% that I said, there is a 20% chance. Why 20%? I don't know. Thumb sucking. I think there is 0% chance, but this is the market. No one knows the outcome. So all I can say is this can reverse, but the probability is that the top is in. It is just what it is. I mean, there are so many confirmations. Again, watch the video that I told you about. But it came back to the 50. It touched onto this breaker here as well, but also touched onto this major breaker as well. And then from there on, it made the exact same pattern it did in October, which is a lower low coming with a wick, a little bit of retrace. Guess what? 3 consecutive candles, so that's also marking a daily top here, and then a new low form. It's textbook. It's textbook. And I can't go against it. Okay, I'm not gonna waste more time on this. But guys, be a little bit smarter. Don't try to outsmart the market. Come to the shows so we see what happens. Join in on the Telegram and go touch some grass because you can. Because you can go and touch some grass now, okay? Check out this video. This is gonna be the time frames. You gotta watch out for that and join in the Telegram link in the description. Also follow me on X. Check that post out and then I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.